All right, welcome back to our deep dive on Bibliomancers. Today we are unpacking everything that went down in Chapter 112. There is a lot to cover, so let's just jump right in.
So this is the full breakdown of Chapter 112. And we pick things up, 29 days into the group's big stay at the Always Sunny Monastery.
Okay, so the chapter kicks off with our main character, Jock, and she is just wrestling with her first koan. You know, one of those riddles that's designed to kind of break your brain. And look, the meditation, it's been great for her sleep, but her ADHD is still a huge challenge. She's even starting to doubt if any of this calm is going to stick once they're back in the real world.
So that's it. Their training time is officially over. And this whole month of quiet reflection, well, it's changed everyone, and maybe not all for the better. It's really setting a totally different vibe for their return to the tower.
All right, Section 1, Reflection and Change. So, the big question is, how did this month of meditation actually transform the team? Let's take a look at how each of Jock's friends has been, well, altered by this whole experience. And this is what's so interesting, right? It really gets into Jock's head. I mean, on one hand, she can see her friends have grown, and that's a good thing, for sure. But on the other hand, she really misses the chaos. She misses the old personalities she loved, you know, like Groucho's terrible jokes and Nick's just constantly teasing everyone. Okay, on to Section 2, a prophetic warning. So, right before they're about to pack up and leave, Jock gets called in for one last cup of tea with Master Chow. And let me tell you, he's got some pretty heavy and honestly kind of ominous advice for what's coming next.
And boom, the master just drops this chilling prophecy on her. He tells her straight up, the group is not going to make it to the end together. The final challenge, that's on her and her alone.
And this is a huge shift in how we and Jock are thinking about the tower. It's not just some game to win a prize. No, it's more like a mirror. It's a tool for self-examination, a way for Jock to really dig deep and understand herself, her friends, even her grandfather, all through this crazy journey.
But wait, here's the twist. Even though he just told her she'll end up alone, he says the very next floor requires a partner, a trusted one. Master Chow even admits that he failed on this floor because he tried it alone. So you can see the wheels turning in Jock's head, right? This is where her secret plan starts to form.
Section 3, Return and a Secret Plan. So the team portals back to Tregaron, but the vibe is totally different. They're way more subdued now. And while everyone else is kind of wandering off, Jock doesn't waste a second. She grabs Frida and starts putting that secret plan into motion. So that night at dinner, we get these two really important conversations. First, with Maz, she points out a huge ethical problem with his big ear invention. Yeah, it can read animal thoughts, but what about human thoughts? A pretty dangerous slippery slope he hadn't even considered. Then, with Aya, she gets a lesson on why the koan was so frustrating for her. It's basically designed to short-circuit a super rational mind like hers.
And now, Section 4. A deception is revealed. So later that night, thinking everyone's asleep, Jack and Frida try to sneak out. The plan is to hit the tower and be back before sunrise. No one the wiser. Yeah, that's not exactly how it goes down.
Because who's waiting for them? Nyx, of course. And she just cuts right to the chase. Her words are like a knife, pointing out that this isn't just about sneaking off. It's about the lie. It's a total betrayal of all that stuff they were supposedly learning about honesty and openness back at the monastery. So Jack tries to explain herself, right? She spills the beans about what Master Chow told her, that he failed on this floor, and that he's specifically advised bringing only one trusted partner. She's trying to frame it not as a betrayal, but as her trying to protect everyone from a trap she knew was coming. Her choice to take Frida? That was straight from the Master's playbook.
But just then, who shows up? The rest of the gang, led by Groucho of all people. And they make it absolutely clear they are not being left behind. They're ready to face whatever's in there, together, for what might be the last time.
Okay, Section 5, one last jump together. And what starts as this super tense confrontation actually turns into this moment of reconciliation. It's like they all needed to get that out in the open. They patch things up, reaffirm that they're a team, and get ready to face the tower as one. Well, for now anyway.
So first up is Frida. She gives Nyx this really sincere, no-strings-attached apology. And Nyx accepts. But you know Nyx. She makes Frida promise her a favor, anything she wants down the line. That is such a classic Nyx move.
Then it's Jock's turn. She says she's sorry, offers the same "I'll do anything" promise, and Nyx accepts under the exact same terms. She basically says she'll cash in those favors from both of them when they get back. Kind of ominous, right?
So with all that drama sorted, what happens next? The classic Portal music hit the road Jack starts playing, and the whole team, back together again, makes the jump, fully aware that this might be the very last time they do this as a full squad.
Once they arrive, they don't mess around. They immediately get to work setting up their plan. This isn't them just winging it. It's a very deliberate, coordinated attack based on what they already know about this floor. Everyone knows exactly where they need to be.
And then Jock drops the big rule on them. No one is allowed to touch anyone else. At all. I mean, talk about raising the stakes. That one simple rule just adds this massive layer of difficulty to whatever they're about to face.
And that's it. That's where the chapter cuts off, right on the edge of the action. The team is united, but you can tell that trust is fragile. They're about to go up against a challenge that a master monk couldn't beat. So the real question is, what brutal lesson is the tower about to teach them this time?